Hello everyone, welcome to Carrie's Crochet and Craft. This is my final report for my destashing of my yarn collection that I have been doing since January began, but this is the report for the last week of February ending on Friday. So this is Sunday, March 2. Happy almost spring, yay! So couple things to do today, and the first one is to go over what I made, how many skeins of yarn I used in the last week of February. For the first 2 weeks, I think I kept an average of 7 skeins a week. Then the third week kind of dropped off a bit because I was dealing with the sick husband and all kinds of stuff, and I think I did actually 6 skeins that week, so I was still on top of things for the most part. I didn't get a skein a day like I'd hoped, but still pretty decent. So now I'm going to report what I've done this week and see how many skeins for the entire month. In January we did 28 skeins, and so let's see what we've done for this month. So first off, what I made, I made some scrunchies using faux fur. So these are using Yarn Bees for the Moment in silver. This is 3.5 ounces, 62 yards in silver. I think I already said that. This is upside down. A 6-weight yarn and 100% polyester. So I just used elastic bands and crocheted in half double crochet around them. And out of the skein, what I have here I think is 13, or no, 14, well, let's count them. 1, guess we don't have you. There we go, see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I thought I got more than that. 12. I think I had 13, but then one of the bands got really stretched out and I couldn't get the yarn undone to be able to unwind it. I could cut it, I know, but I just haven't done it yet, so I probably will so I can get one more out of it. So 12 faux fur scrunchies out of that skein of yarn. And it would have been 13, but that last one got stretched out. So that's one skein of yarn right there. Okay, then I ended up getting that orange leaf blanket yarn that I needed to finish my Highland cows. So it didn't use up a skein, but it's something I did work on. So I finished the details on the 4, and then there was one that was partially finished, and so I finished that off completely, and so I have 5. I have 5 Highland cows done. And I have almost the whole skein left to make a whole bunch more, so that's going to be on my schedule for this month. But here it is with the nostril detail that was lacking on the one that I had completely finished before. So again, didn't use a skein of yarn, but that's one of the things that I worked on. And while I was at it, oh shoot, I still need to add the tail. But I did add the nose details on my bunnies too. I didn't use the pink yarn like I was thinking I would. I had the black yarn out for these, so I thought might as well just do a black nose on the bunnies. But I forgot I need to do the tail on this one, so that one goes back into the house. Okay, so no skeins used up for that. Then I decided to, so I made these purses before, 2 of these brown ones. I got more of the yarn. I showed you guys that last time. So I just sat down and on Friday afternoon, I pulled out 3 more of these. So yeah, green and, let's see here, green, eggplant. Oh, I don't have the right purses. I just grabbed 3 because I knew I did 3, but I have the 3. Eggplant, maple, and then hunter green. So this is, I think, the gray. So the eggplant one is over there. So that did 3 more skeins, and that's it. That's all I worked on this week. So yeah, I used 4 skeins this week. So let's count and see how many skeins I did all together. And I think I might have had 1 or 2 skeins that I used that didn't have a label. I can't remember. I think there's at least 1. So I have my box here. And I'll bring it down so you can count it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So not quite a skein a day like I had hoped for on the average. But I did get a lot done this month. And I did make things, I did work on things where I just never got skeins finished. So I don't know if my cotton yarn one got put in here. Because I made dishcloths for my friend who had ordered some. And I've been showing them just randomly in the videos because I keep forgetting to talk about them. But yeah, I had a friend who requested that I make 6 dishcloths for her. And so I got most of them made, and I didn't even use up like all of the skeins at all. But then I had 5 made, and then I went and made 1 more, and I ended up finishing off a yarn or a skein for that. And scrunchie's falling all over. And I'm not seeing it in here, so I'm not sure what happened to that label. I thought I put it in there already, but maybe I didn't. Let me look in my basket. This basket goes to and from the house with me with the next projects that I'm going to be working on. Yeah, I don't see it. So maybe that's 24 skeins. And then there might have been 1 skein that wasn't finished here. Actually, I haven't been recording in my book like I should have, but I do, I think, have the first 2 weeks in here. All the way at the beginning. 2, 5, 7 skeins the first week. I think 7 skeins. I see I didn't even record all of the second week in there. So 7 skeins the first week, I think 7 skeins the second week, that would be 14. And then 6 skeins the third week, so that would be 20. And then what I have 4, so 24. I should have 24 skeins in, or labels in here, but that's all right. Still pretty good, and I'm very proud of myself. And even though these purses were made from yarn that I added this month, so it didn't really deplete the stash that I already have. I don't know. Oh, I wanted to show you something with these purses. The original pattern that I was following, put you back up, had you do this, you know, you pull this loop up as the final row, and then you go through with the end and you string it through the loops at the top. Not your typical finish off for knitting. I'm not a knitting person at all, but I knew that's not how it's normally finished off. But I did it anyway, and it's all right. I don't particularly care for it. And so on all of the other purses that I made, I started doing the more typical finish off, where you have the loops and then you put this one through that one, and then you put this one through that one until you have, you know, you finish it off nicely. And I like the looks of that a lot better. Wouldn't you say? It looks a lot more neat and like it's supposed to be this way. So I might go back with those brown purses and fix them so that they're more like the other ones. I think I have something that I'm going to use for adding the little pizzazz on these purses like I was wanting to do. It's something that I'm going to order on Amazon. So I'll think about it some more and do a little more searching around for what I want to do, but I think I found something and I think it'll be like pretty fun. So anyway, I got these purses done, yay. But yeah, that didn't really use up skeins that were already in my stash. So next order of business is I thought that I would show you everything that I made from the beginning of my challenge, self-challenge, to destash my yarn. So I'm gonna just make a big pile on the bed here and show you guys everything that I made in these last 2 months. And then I have another thing that I'm going to talk about for March. So let's get to everything that I made. Alright, so all the things that I made so far this year. We have this textured blanket made with blanket yarn, the patchwork blanket, and then 4 of these striped blankets. This one down here is kind of hidden. That's the one with the yellow. The purple one, oh no, this is the one with the, what is it? The green, that bright green there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. I have these purses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then over here, we have these baby blankets. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's a pink one down there, 6. So 6 of those baby blankets. Then I also made booties out of the same skeins. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those booties. Then this one, I didn't make the hat this month, but I made the ear. I also have these little mini chickens. I have one more that's in the house. I still haven't put the comb on it. So I have those 2 there, plus another one in the house. I have these 2 leggy bears. The 5 Highland cows. The 2 bunnies. And then the 12 scrunchies right here in a pile. And my sweater that I made is not out here either. That should also be in here. And then these are the 2 headbands that I made, ear warmers, with the leftovers of that yarn. So we'll go over to the other side and see what we made over there. On this side, we have the 2 huge sea turtles. One of them is a sunflower, and then we have Fred the turtle here. Then we have these 2 mushroom purses, and my little flower buddy, 2 snakes, 3 opossums, 2 alligators, crocodiles, 2 jellyfish, and that'll do it. So check out this pile of stuff that I have made since January 1. That's a lot. I'm really quite proud of myself for doing all of this. And I'm not done yet. I'm still making stuff. It's exciting. Alrighty, on to the next thing. You will notice my fashion scarf wasn't in the pile of things finished. That's because I didn't finish it. Duh. Yeah, I just didn't have the time or take the time to work on it this week. Just trying to, I had other things that I needed to do. We had my in-laws coming to visit this weekend, and so I had to clean up, and I was organizing my yarn. That was a big thing too. I had to get I have a guest bed out here in the hobby room, and that's where my in-laws sleep. So I had to clear all this out, and I was right in the middle of like organizing all of my yarn over there, so I had just piles everywhere, so I had to spend time doing that, and then I had to clean up in the house. So I didn't have as much time to crochet this week as I normally would have. So yeah, my fashion scarf was a casualty of me being too busy. So that just didn't get done this week. So what's next? Am I going to continue my destashing? Yes, but kind of under a different challenge, and I'll tell you what it's going to be and why I'm doing that a different challenge. So during these last 2 months, my challenge was to finish skeins of yarn, and so I was picking my projects based on what's going to get a skein finished, which is great. You know, it got a lot taken care of. But as I'm getting closer to the time when I'm going to have a vendor event and I want to get stuff made for that, I found myself not wanting to start on certain projects because I'm like, well, that's not going to finish the skein of yarn. So I don't want to do that project right now, later. So that's kind of a problem when I need to get stuff made for the vendor event. Got to get it made to sell it, right? So I am tweaking my challenge for March. Of course, I'm still going to work on getting skeins finished, but that's not going to be my focus. So I'll probably still count how many skeins I use up, but instead it's going to be more of a challenge to see how much I can make this month. So this is going to be March Maker Month. You like the alliteration there? March Maker Month. I'm going to see how many things I can get made this month. So you saw all the stuff that I got made in the last 2 months. A lot of it is blankets. Got some amigurumi and some other things. And but I want to get more plushies made, especially Highland cows. I've got that yarn for the sloths that I want to make. And oh, just a lot of other things that I just never started because it wasn't going to finish a skein of yarn. So now we're going to just see, let's get it done. Let's get stuff made. So March Maker Month is my new challenge, and I'm super excited about it. And we're already off to a good start. Let me show you some things that I made last night. I was making them last night, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm adding so many skeins to my so many labels to my challenge, how many skeins I finished. And then, you know, late last night, I was realizing, wait, it's March already. The February challenge is over. Oh well. So let me show you what I have already started making for my March Maker Month. So last night and then also this morning, I did a couple of them, but I just sat down and worked up these purses. They're so quick. The pattern calls it a 10-minute purse, but that's using much thicker yarn. With the thinner yarn, it takes me about 25-ish minutes to make one. Still doesn't take very long. And I love them. I think they're a great statement piece. And I can't say how well they'll sell, but I can tell you after the spring fling if I sold any of these or not. But I think that having a nice selection of them will help attract people's attention. I have found that with some of the purses that I make, I just have one of them, maybe 2 different colorways. But I have found, and especially true with plushies too, that the more variety you have of the same thing, like you have the hens. The hens have been very popular, right? And so if you have a larger variety of them, a larger amount of them, the more people I think are attracted to the chickens. You know, if you have one of this and one of that and one of this, you know, people will see them and they'll think they're cute, and I'm not saying they won't buy them, but I think when you have multiples, it's more attention getting. And so if I had just one of these purses, you know, one person can get it. You want to have multiples because you're going to be attracting, you know, more people that way. So anyway, between last night and this morning, I think today I just made one of them. And so the rest of these I actually made last night. Aren't they so colorful? I love them so much. I might have to pilfer one of them for my own use. But look at that. Such a statement piece. I think they're going to be attracting a lot of attention, especially with the colors that we have there. I really just want to go buy more of the yarn and make more because they're actually kind of fun to make. But I need to hold off. Although we'll see. I buy them at Joann's, and I might need to buy more of the yarn anyway at some point, but we'll see what kind of sales they're having, and I'll hold off. They haven't seemed to be too popular because they've been hanging around in boxes in the back on clearance for a long time, and it doesn't seem like anybody's been buying them. So I'm gonna go buy some more though when I can, especially once they maybe get on a better percentage off. It's been 25% off for the last couple times I've gone in there. So anyway, I do have an idea, as I mentioned earlier, of something to add to these to just give them a little bit of oomph, more than they already have. Like I said, I think they're just fabulous. So this is 5 items already to add to my March Maker Month. But let me add these to the other purses that I have. And at this point, I have used up, I have used up all of the skeins. There you go. Just fill up the screen. Oh, they're so colorful and pretty. I love them so much. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 total. And they take me, like I said, about 25 minutes to make. And in materials, they take up an entire skein of this cover story. This has, where are the specs? It's a size 7, 10.58 ounces, 300 grams, 16 yards, or 15 meters. So it takes up exactly the way that I've worked it up. It takes up the exact amount of the skein. So yeah, there's no leftovers to use up or anything. So yeah, so that means I forgot I was going towards the price here. I was getting these, they're $10.97 on clearance. The first time I bought some, I think with the 25% off, plus I could use a coupon, so it was making them like $6 each. The last time I bought some, it was only the 25% off, so it was more like $8 each. A little and some change. So with my time in Oregon, our minimum wage is $16. So with time, $16, and materials, let's say $8, so that's $24. I was thinking of, and if I add something to this, it's going to add more to the cost, but not very much. 50 cents maybe a little more. But I was thinking, you know, $30 would be a good price for these. Might go with like 27 or something. But man, that eggplant one sure is pretty. Isn't that pretty? So yeah, it'll probably be between $27 and $30 for these. So maybe 25. Might go as low as 25. We'll see. We'll kind of see how it starts. You know, start out high, and then if they don't sell, then lower them for the next time. So yeah. So how many is that? Five things already for March Maker Month. I just love these. So I think that's all that I was going to talk with you today about. Let me think for a minute. Yeah, that's all. So let's see how much I can get made this month. And I'll do weekly reports again about what I'm making, and I'll see if I can throw a couple others in there as well, like finishing up the fashion scarf and all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, we will see you next time. Bye.